All good things must come to an end. Good evening, friends, families, teachers, guests, and our fellow peers. It is truly an honor to be representing the graduating class of 2021 that has helped shape us into the people we are today. To start off, I'd like to thank my family and parents because I can without a doubt say, without them I wouldn't have made it to where I am today. So thank you.
I feel like just yesterday we were little kids walking through the big Davis doors terrified of the grade 8s. Then, a few years later, we were jealous of them because they got to leave the school while we were stuck here trying to memorize the metric system using King Henry died unusually drinking chocolate milk. Now, we are those lucky grade 8s. We've come a long way throughout our time here. We have grown both mentally and physically. We were introduced to some of our closest friends and shared some significant memories through clubs, teams, field trips, and all the classes we've been in. We all expect a bright life after this year. I mean, why wouldn't we? We're entering a world where we will receive much more homework, less sympathy from teachers, and exams. But that could all be easier with the help of Quizlet and Wikipedia. However, for our lives to be bright and full of life in high school, that is up to how we live and the decisions we make. So, make goals, make time to take care of your mental health, and be confident.
From JK to grade 8, all of our teachers have played a part in who we have become. We all started off in kindergarten, somewhat scared and excited to let go of our parents' hands for the first time and explore something completely fresh and different, straining our necks to see if our parents really left us in this new place. At least I know that's what I did. I started my journey at Davis in grade 1. That was the year I met some friends I knew I would never forget, as well as some amazing teachers we all have memories with. Ms. Turner, Mrs. Pizzuto, and Mr. DeCaro. Although Ms. Turner and Mrs. Pizzuto are no longer teaching at Davis, I think they still deserve to be recognized. I was taught by Ms. Turner, and in her class, you could say I learned the difference between good and bad. That was the year I learned that yanking on the boy's hair was never acceptable, not even during carpet time when she was reading us a Dr. Seuss book. And now, I guess I do apologize. Although I was never taught by Mrs. Pizzuto or Mr. DeCaro, I know my peers have great stories and are grateful they got to be in your classes at least once in their time here.
As a class and individually, we have faced many bumps on the road. We got hit with this terrible global pandemic. We had to deal with Araba's abysmal songs every single year, but I'd be kidding myself if I said that they weren't catchy. And we had to create PowerPoints after PowerPoints after PowerPoints. I guess you could say Microsoft is my biggest enemy right now. I cannot wait for high school because then we get to make even more PowerPoints. So much has changed throughout the years, such as our humor, which changed from impersonating a puppet who has a pencil shoved in his nose to, never mind, we're still stuck in 2016. And instead of playing with slime and getting yelled at every time because you made a mess, kids these days play with these pop-it fidget toys, whatever those are. Speaking of fidget toys, remember fidget spinners? I am so glad that whole trend is over. It really broke our banks. This virus may feel suffocating, or it may seem like it stole a chunk of our lives, which for many it did. I know that this year is not my favorite, but it gave me time to make some changes in my life for the better. Virtual graduation is not terrible in my opinion. The teachers at the school have worked hard to make the ceremony as great as possible. As for not having a dance, well, maybe for the best, because for a very shy and awkward group of kids, sitting in a corner with a bag of chips in our hands is probably not the ideal dance. Also, almost forgot, children who are currently watching, this came into your advantage because as soon as you do something that's an inconvenience, who knows what Karina would have done.
During my time here at Davis, I can confidently say these people have gave me memories I know I will never forget. These people have put tears in my eyes and have made my stomach cramp from laughing so hard. Like the time Mitchell stuck his finger in the electric sharpener, or the time Miss Farr came in just as Devon caught a disgusting rotten banana and we all went dead silent. Or even the time the boys finally broke the girls' winning streak in the game Zoo, and they decided to flip chairs and scream and to act like animals over a few Kit Kats and Smarties. Or my personal favorite, the time we were only allowed 2 people in the school store and Arshia hid in the corner with a bucket on her head, singing her heart out, just as Mrs. Nicodemo came in with a very concerned look on her face. And the best part was, Arshia hadn't even noticed till Mrs. Nicodemo left the room. Every time if I'm deciding if I should do something reckless or not, I hear the iconic YOLO coming from Arva's mouth. This class has given me memories I find myself thinking about at 3 a.m. when I'm just about to close my eyes. Whether it's a regretful moment like April 1st or one I wish I can go back to. In school store, I remember the iconic advice Miss Horn has gave us. I know me, Anna, Arshia, and Araba will never forget. The words, "No man is worth your time," pop up into my head whenever I think of the amazing Miss Horn. This class has given me conversations I know I will never forget. Whether it was behind the hill at lunch, really off-topic class discussions with Madame Melnervik that always led to Michael Jackson or cheese, or just the talks we took on long walks. And hearing me say these things as if I'll miss his school may come off as a shocker to some. For the last few years, I've been very eager to get out of elementary school and start the next chapter of my life. But reading this speech is making me realize how much I'm going to miss some of these people and this place I've grown to love.
This class has many talents. We are dangerously competitive. Dodgeball was fun and all, but every now and then I still hear echoes of Arb and Alessio screaming at me with their deafening voice cracks, which was scarier than the words coming out of their mouths. Wednesdays were also traumatizing. During nutrition break, people were always shoving, yelling, and racing simultaneously just to get pita, with the wish of getting all desired toppings. But it was pita day. We are also a very musical group. Being considered the best music class in grade 6 is quite an accomplishment. It was lovely to hear the miraculous Beltress Jade, Render Frozen, or Benny randomly blurting out the lyrics of Blue, or Steven mumble rapping under his breath to songs he does not know the lyrics of. Thank you for providing me with the memories of our phenomenal karaoke days, or our class sing-alongs, or the ignominious thought of having an entire audience while skipping rope and screaming the Friends theme song. We are all academic achievers. There are times I wish I could make that really cool jewelry, or paint that well, or read that fast. Once we put our minds to it, we can succeed in anything. We always put tremendous effort into all our assignments, which are started and completed the night before the deadline. But, okay, this class has a gift. We are able to speak out against something we feel is not right. Don't lose that. It is okay to say no. You're allowed to disagree with something or someone and have your own opinions. Remember that life is not a competition with others, but only yourself. Don't make life harder than it needs to be. Embrace your differences and be true to yourself.
I can't help but feel like once we step out of these doors, and that's it. We're leaving 8 years of memories behind. And although that has some truth, I know that it is also false. To be honest, I know once we're off to high school, we'll be making new friends and new memories. But I also know that no matter how hard I try to shake all the good, bad, and incredibly mortifying moments that happened in the walls of William G. Davis, they'll never budge. To conclude our speech, we'd like to thank Mr. Hodgson and Ms. Palazzi for trying to make this year as best as they could from under all the circumstances. All good things must come to an end, but this is just the beginning.
Congratulations, class of 2021! We made it!